Heed the siren's call, my disciples. Today we're going to paint up a heretical son of Fenris from the Dark Wolves warband. For this build, I'll use bits from the Kill Team Legionaries and a resin body. Surprisingly, I've managed to find shoulder pads with the icon of the warband. Thank God, there's no way I could freehand this symbol with my skills. There's a problem. As you can see, arms don't fit at all. We have to bust out green stuff and mix up way too much of it in order to fill the gaps. I've wanted to use excess putty to make a wolf pelt, somewhat inspired by this marine. But this batch is really old, and it has already cured yellow bits dotted across the surface. It's fine for filling holes, but not sculpting. Maybe next time. We will begin the painting process with a black primer and white zenithal. We have whole two references for the colors of Dark Wolves, this Space Marine in one of their Fellblade tanks. And check out this guy. They flayed him whole. Now that's a certified Night Lord's classic. Anyways, colors are described as dark gray, light blue, and red. For the main color, I'll use Cold Corpse Blue to invoke the scheme of pre-heresy Space Wolves. As usual, mixing ratio remains a mystery. Airbrushing is done. Trim on this guy is silver with a blue hue. I've mixed up gunmetal and night blue ink, both from AK. This ink tints very heavily, so add it bit by bit in tiny amounts. Or else your metallic will turn into straight up blue. Don't ask how I know. I've picked out the trim on the chain axe with battle axe brass, just for some variety. Undersuit got a coat of Dungeonstone Gray. After washing with black, this will give us free highlights in these hard-to-reach spots. Let's just get it over with. Paint metallic bits gunmetal, scorched earth for tabard, hilt of the chain axe and the top knot holder downer. Asmodeus red for the warband icon in the top knot. I've also repainted this part of the chain axe with Death Reaper. This guy has too much metal on him already. There's a nice trophy helmet on his power pack. If you've seen my previous video, you know that I've already painted something similar on a Night Lord, but this time it makes sense lore-wise, and not just because I hate Space Wolves. This was done with Wolf Gray, and the skull got hit with Ivory Tusk.
Michael, don't leave me here. Michael, help me.
Base coating is done. Now we can commence shading using Oblivion Black Wash. By using a big brush, it's easy to distribute it evenly over the surface. I've also thinned it a bit with Flow Aid so it settles down nicely in the cavities. We're on a final stretch. Let's just knock out highlights. First, the trim was painted with silver for that crispy glisten. For the red, I've decided to use a dry brush loaded up with a tiny amount of Evil Eye red. This worked wonderfully. I've also highlighted brass with platinum crown, but like a true professional, I forgot to record it. I know that stitching suggests that his tabard is made out of flayed skin, but we did that previously, so I'll go with normal leather. It got 2 layers of highlight, one with Ancient Forest and a second one with Wasteland Brown. I've used the same paints for the hilt, belt, and pouches. Let's finish up highlighting with wolf gray for armor and gravestone blue for the loyalist helmet. I bet our Space Wolf friend is having a great time. Let's give our guy a little personality before the final assembly. I want his eyes to be quite distinct. After painting them with bold titanium white, I've applied Blood Angel's red straight from the bottle. I've washed his eyes with black to dial down the glow, and with that, I've assembled the miniature and called it done.